Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of South by Südwest. We are in February, which means another transfer window has come and gone. Some business has taken place, not nearly as much as I was hoping, to be perfectly honest with you, but we'll get to those details in just a minute. Meanwhile, if you have been enjoying the series so far, welcome back. Drop a like below this video. Also, leave me a comment about how you think things are going so far with this youth movement and if you think we have made the right decision. Speaking of the youth movement, we have received our youth intake preview and it looks like an absolute beauty. A's across the spine of the field. Center back, central midfield, attacking midfielder. Also, all of them are looking absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait till these players show up and we get to see what we got in just a couple of months. Speaking of players that we got, we have made one move in, and it was for another goalkeeper. We picked up 19-year-old Rene Ballas. He is definitely for the future. Now, we are having some issues. We've got Tim Boss, who's 34 years old, who is going to be out of contract at the end of the year. Really do not want to renew that deal if we don't have to. Then there is Marco Schreiber, who wanted a new contract. We promised we would talk about a new contract before the end of the year. We have attempted to sign him to a new contract, but he just wants to be a first-choice goalkeeper, and that's not really what we have planned for him at this point. Now that Stefan Dryaka is here, so we felt we needed to shore things up a little bit. Ballas is here for the future. Most of the outs are of the development variety. A couple of them were tough choices to make. First is Lucas Hoffman, the 18-year-old central midfielder and DM. Really like him. I like what he was bringing to the team, but we do have a number of options and a number of young options in that position. So we have loaned him out for the remainder of the season to Rodinghausen. We have also sent a young striker, Marco Hein, who was showing a tremendous amount of progress in our U18s. Want to get him more playing time. Don't really have space for him on the main squad this year. He's off on loan to Edersheim. We did end up selling one player, and that was Aaron Manu, who was just not getting a ton of activity for our team, only making 2 appearances this season, 15 the year before. He was okay in his 2 showings this year, so we decided to ship him off to Magdeburg. 39,500 euros. Everybody else is just purely development. A lot of these guys whose names may not exactly recognize. Franklin Alondu is one that we talked about in the recap video. He's a very promising young striker, 17 years old. Just needed more seasoning, like to get him some more regular time on a real team, so he's off on loan at Koningsdorf. Now, we have had a little bit of a wibbly-wobbly time since we last saw each other in our 3-2 win at home against Grunter Fuhr. We did manage to pick up a victory on the road at Hansa Rostock in our first match back from the winter break. Marvin Houston, Lars Gindorf adding goals. This was a very solid performance overall, and I thought we were going to be able to continue it, except all of a sudden, for the next 2 matches, our team just essentially fell apart. We looked listless. We weren't really getting anything done. Oscar Willemsen scored late on in the first half in the final minute of regular time to put Hamburg up 1-0. They would hold on. And this was at home, by the way. And then we lost 1-0 again to Nuremberg. Pretty much second verse, same as the first. Manuel File missing a penalty, which could have equalized. Highly disappointing. But we're trying to put that all behind us. We're taking on St. Pauli. I'll show you where we are on the table after the match, because I feel like it's going to have a massive, massive impact. Even though we have had a bit of a stumble, we are still generally doing fairly well. Let's mix things up. Niederlander is back in. He missed the match because he was suspended after picking up too many yellow cards. Speaking of transfers, let's go back just a second. Rafael Adieli, you may remember, he wanted to leave, move to a bigger club, the 22-year-old Polish-German defender. Unfortunately, we had promised him that we would sell him if we got an offer of 1.7 million. We did not get anything close. I think the best we got was like 350,000. So Rafael Adieli, still a member of the team. We are hoping that he will get to the point very soon where he's no longer unhappy with us, and he will sign a new contract, but not going to put that cart before that particular horse. So Driyaka is going to get the start in goal. It's going to be Akhmedov, Sickinger, Adieli, and File, with Niederlander and Shamin at the base of the midfield. Henrich and Gindorf ahead of them. And it's going to be Marvin Yusin, and let's get Angelo Stavridis. We couldn't move Martinovic. We couldn't move Schnellbacher. We couldn't move Florian Ballas. We tried. We really, honestly tried. So let's get Max Schreiber back in on the bench. So this is going to be our team, not very dissimilar from the teams that did not have success in the last two matches. We did play very well against St. Pauli at home. Let's see if we can do the same thing on the road as we prepare for this match. It's match week 21 for us, and we're going up against a back five. Hopefully we'll be able to solve this one. We could not solve the one that was put up against us by Hamburg, but new match, new day, new month, and hopefully back to the old Elversberg that we were getting used to seeing this season. Gindorf playing it through. He's got Marvin Yusin with a lane, and his shot, unfortunately, is going to sail into the stands. It's not going to trouble Weiss at all, and we need to be a little bit better, a little bit more clinical with our performance. Leonard Niederlander already picking up a yellow card. He has gotten himself into quite a bit of foul trouble so far this season. It has been the one major downside about his game this year, is that he just cannot seem to avoid catching the attention of the referee. The yellow cards have been coming fast and furious for Leonard Niederlander. And right now, though, we are holding St. Pauli 2, and I run the risk of things changing very dramatically by saying this. Right now, we are holding them to absolutely nothing, even though they are enjoying the majority of possession, which means that they are somehow playing our game, because possession is the way that we have been playing, the way we've been having success as of late. But if they're going to hold on to the ball and not get anywhere with it, then that's kind of okay by me. As long as we're getting the majority of the chances in front of goal, I think we can absolutely be successful. Keeping them to the back as they move it forward. Waldschmidt looking for Ibrahim. Zickinger's going to step in front of that. Henrich has it knocked away from him, though. And St. Pauli with it again. Osnu up that left wing. Osnu still with it, dribbling, throwing it in the middle. Ibrahim, his header is going to go just over the bar, and Driyaka not going to be troubled with that one. But St. Pauli starting to turn things up just a little bit as we get into the latter stages of this first half. Still not troubling the keeper, but then again, neither are we. 3 shots on goal in total for both sides, and so far, not a single save having to be made from any of them. If we can kind of turn things up a notch, I think that would be very helpful for us. Let's go a little bit more attacking. Osnu out wide toward the corner flag, turns his back, gets it to Afaldi, thrown into the middle. Ibrahim finds the Silva Moreira. He's got a bit of a lane, but a great block right there by Akhmedov, doing a fantastic job defensively. He really is coming a little bit into his own, even though his ratings don't necessarily show it. I think Akhmedov has been very solid for us so far this year, although even today he's just on a 6.6, even after making such a vital defensive intervention on that attempt in the box by St. Pauli. And they have definitely turned things on. They now have 4 shots since we took our first one, and Noki looking to work it out the back. Al-Fadi picked off by Gindorf. He's got Marvin Yusin. Stavridis, you got to do better than that, my son. I really don't love those one-time attempts. I guess he kind of got a little touch on it. It looks like maybe he did settle the ball down, but those shots from range, great job by File, stepping in front of yet another one. He has been so good at that so far this year. Samir Shaheen running into a bit of traffic, so we'll lay it back for Adieli. Shaheen quickly to Stavridis in the middle. Gindorf, he's got space in front of him, pushing it forward. Gindorf into the box. Gindorf shoots, and he clatters it off of the inside of the crossbar. How did that one stay out? I have absolutely no idea. It should be 1-0 to Elversberg right now, but instead, we are going into the half tied 0-0. An absolutely fantastic opportunity to end that second half. And I don't know how Lars Gindorf did not find pay dirt on that one. We have just been a little bit unlucky lately. Now this match we are playing much better than we had in the two before, even though we have nothing to show for it on the scoreboard, and even possession-wise, St. Pauli is kind of dominating the day. But generally speaking, we're at least getting the ball forward. We're at least getting opportunities. We're at least making defensive plays, which is something that we did not do in the previous two matches. Yamani going from range. Driaka fights that one off. I'm not sure why he didn't hold on to it, but it's okay as long as we can keep St. Pauli from doing something here on this corner attempt. Sadly, we have not been great against set pieces recently. Ball headed clear, but Silva Moreira, he's working on a knock. Noki Damane in for Ibrahim. What a great stop by Carlos Zickinger, getting his foot in front of that one. It will lead to another St. Pauli corner, so another set piece opportunity here in the early going of this second half. And Driaka is finally going to just come off his line and deal with that one. So able to handle a little bit of an onslaught from St. Pauli early on. Hopefully we can find the life that we had at the end of that second half, and Lars Gindorf hopefully will also get another opportunity. Marvin Houston also on a yellow card. Leonard Niederlander, as we know, picking up that yellow card in like the third minute of the match. Paul Henrich not playing super great and feeling a little gassed as well, so he may need to make some changes as that header off of the back post hits the side netting. And again, Driaka not really troubled for that. He has made 2 saves so far in this match. So far, we have not yet troubled the St. Pauli keeper, and once again, the highlight going in the way of St. Pauli is Osnu up the left wing, dispossessed by File. Manuel File has been, I believe it was last week or the week before, he was named the best defensive player of the month here in the Zweite Bundesliga, but this time we are unable to keep Daniel Afali from scoring. It's St. Pauli 1, ELVERSBERG 0. This is what happens when I say good things about members of my team, and I'm pretty sure that was a pass that was picked off that File tried to throw ahead. Adieli just getting caught out of position, stepping up just that little bit too much. So we are going to berate the team and make a couple of changes, get some of these guys off that are not really footing the bill. Kian Shire is coming in place of Paul Henrich, who just has not been fantastic. File on a 6-5. I don't know how that's possible. We're going to bring off Niederlander as well. Manfred Hector will take his place. It was between him and Robin Zentner. Robin Zentner has been coming in off of the bench in that DM position as of late, but Hector has been showing great things as well. Possession starting to tilt back in our way a little bit. Akhmedov throwing it over the top. Can't pick out Marvin Houston, though, as Naki will lay it back to Weiss. Schmidt, as St. Pauli looking to move it forward again. Osnu doing a lot of stuff on that left wing, even though Manuel File feels like he's been having a good match. Yamani throwing it over the top. Oh, he's got Ibrahim. Ibrahim's in, moves it to his right. Driaka diving left, and he's able to hang on to that one. Osman doing so well until the finish there for St. Pauli. Ibrahim Osman having an okay match. Lars Gindorf starting to feel a little gassed. So I believe we'll bring in Philip Franke, and Alexander Schaefer is going to come in place of Marvin Houston. That should be all of our change windows. St. Pauli with 13 shots. We have not had a shot on goal in quite some time. So let's tick up the pace a little bit here. We're going to pass into space. We're not going to work the ball into the box because we're not getting those shots, and if we play for set pieces, maybe we will actually get 1 or 2 or 3. But this is what I was seeing a lot in those 2 matches that we played off, or of the 2 that we didn't do well, where we lost 1-0, that we played off camera, where all of a sudden in the second half, no matter what we did, no matter how much we tried to push forward, no matter how much we tried to knock up the tempo, no matter how much we tried to be attack, we just had no highlights go our way. File throwing in the middle, looking for Schaefer. Mane's going to head that clear. Schaefer will track that down in the far corner, plays it to Akhmedov, over across. Manuel File with a shot on, and that just went so wide. It looked like that Angelo Stavridis tried to deflect that on goal and just could not tuck it inside that near post. I mean, we are very attacking. We have opened up this game quite a bit, and so far, We're not really seeing anything of it. Terrible pass by File. I don't know why he went for the home run there. And here comes Osnu the other way, throwing it into the middle. Driaka, though, will deal with that. Hopefully he will be able to distribute this quickly. We only have a couple of minutes remaining in regular time. I don't know how much is going to be added on by the fourth official. Driaka sending it long, looking for Shear. Irvine's there instead. Finds Hussein, looking for Egerstein. And Driaka once again having to sweep up a loose ball in his box. He'll roll it out. Zickinger, Akhmedov. They are pressing us quite tightly right now as we are looking to try to get the ball out of the back. File does have some space along that right side. File throwing it into space. He's going to find Schaefer. Schaefer moves it to his left, and Schaefer will shoot and score. His third of the year, puts it past Weiss, coming out of his 6-yard area. And in the 90th minute, Alexander Schaefer's third equalizes this match at 1. And it looks like, unless something massive happens in the coming minutes, the 4 minutes added on of stoppage time, it looks like we may escape St. Pauli with a point on the road. Ball played forward. Schaefer, can he get there? No. Nake will drop it down with his head to Irvine. Egerstein pushing forward. Egerstein overtaken by Sickinger, who will put it out behind for a St. Pauli corner as the original 90 minutes have expired. Waldschmidt looking back post. Nake pops it up and over the bar. So nothing that Driaka needs to do there. Let's go. I mean, we did drop back our intensity. I don't want to get caught out in these final 4 minutes. I would rather take the point and go home than run the risk of losing all three. Shaheen into the box. Frankie across. He's got Akhmedov. Akhmedov for the lane, left footer, and it is just a bit too strong, high, and wide. And that will do it. Full time, my friends, and another point on the road. Still 3 without a victory, which is disappointing and hopefully not a trend, but we are able to get a point, which pulls us within 1 of St. Pauli. We are now 8th on the table, sitting on 31 points. We are 5 points behind Vey and Wiesbaden, currently occupying that playoff position and a chance to move into the Bundesliga for next year. So the season is trucking on, and we're going to come back on the road mid-March against Kaiserslautern. And then we're going to finish up the season in the next episode after that with Grunter Fürth as we look to move forward. Hopefully, we start seeing the success that we had earlier on in the year. But right now, things are looking absolutely up for FC ELVERSBERG. If you've been enjoying the episode and you made it this far, thank you so very much for being here. Give me your predictions for the final 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 matches in the comments. Let me know how you think we're going to do and what you think our final position is going to be. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you've made it this far and you're not subscribed, you probably want to, right? And I look forward to seeing you guys for more South by Südwest next time. Until then, bye-bye.